Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Callie. This is my channel. It's super random and today's no different because I want to be talking about the moon. Alright, we just recently had a full moon in Scorpio, which for a lot of people it was pretty intense as Scorpio can be quite wicked if you're not, doing some deep digging, going through your fears, going through, your own transformations, letting go of things, So if you're not actively paying attention to the darker side of your nature, those things can tend to slip up and come to light, especially on a Scorpio full moon. Anyway, the video is not necessarily about the Scorpio full moon. It's going to be about full moons in general and why they make you feel the way you do, all right? So for those of you who have yet to subscribe, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Let me know in the comments below who you are, how you are, where you are in the world. I like to know who is watching the channel, how far the reach is, and if you happen to come across this channel, I'm going to go ahead and say it is definitely not by chance or coincidence, so take some time, message me. I would love to check in with you. So yeah, the video is basically, from the title you can gather, it's not the moon's fault, it is your fault, alright? So that may sound a little harsh, but hear me out. A lot of people really, when full moons come around, they're like, oh, the full moon is making me crazy or exhausted or emotional or things like that. They blame the moon for, different ways they feel or even things they do or experience. And I just want to, set the record straight. That's not necessarily the case, right? So we have what's called a moon cycle, right? We all know the cycle of the moon. It goes from a new moon to a full moon and then back to a new moon, right? And we have the waning and the waxing, which the waning is when the moon is getting smaller. The waxing is when the moon is growing larger, right? So how it works is during those new moon times, right? The new moon, a lot of people want to, start fresh or, do the rituals, and that's fine, whatever suits you, however you make the most out of your moon energy, and working with the moon is, personal and individual for everybody. But the new moon is a time to, get our ideas ready, like to set forth into motion. Like, what do you want to bring about this cycle, right? What do you want to add to your life? What do you want to begin? And what do you want to call in? And so as the moon grows, you have the first quarter moon that helps you say, okay, am I on track? It helps you. It's basically, before we ever had the calendar, this calendar that actually is not a representation of Earth time, nature time. We will watch the moon, and we would be able to tell where we were depending on the location of the moon and the stars. And so, in what season and everything, the moon was watched for survival. So that's why it's so sacred. But for modern days, we have basically everyone doing everything for us, feeding us, they got the food going, and unless you're doing that yourself, which I think that's awesome. Self-sustainability is definitely a plus in today's world. But we now in modern days can use the moon as a check-in point, all right? Just something to keep us on track so we don't get lost in the ocean. You got to look at the world as an energetic ocean, and are we drowning in it? Are we in a boat sailing? Are we flying? What are we doing, So the moon can help you keep track of what you're doing, and you have something, it's a guideline, something to follow, right? So you want to set your intentions for the new moon, first quarter moon, are you on track? Third quarter moon, okay, it's getting full, now's the time, right? Third quarter moon, once you start getting full, now's the time to start thinking about things you want to let go of, right? For when that full moon comes and it starts to wane, for when it's waning is the time you want to let go of things, when it's getting smaller. things that no longer serve us are in our best interest. But what is going on with people, why they're blaming the moon for all of this chaos in their own life, is because they don't understand how it works, right? Everything you think, feel, and do comes back around. So if you're, feeling anxious and worried and stressed and this during the new moon cycle, during the full moon cycle, you're going to get what you've given, and which is that energy back, right? So if, depending on what's going on, all of that is going to come back around. So if the full moon tends to be kind of chaotic for you, you got to take a look at yourself, what you're thinking, what you're doing, what you're feeling. All right, and check yourself before you wreck yourself, because a lot of it is you, right? We are very collectively connected, but there was a shift that happened in 2020 that allowed us to kind of really stand in our own essence and sovereignty. People are waking up to who they are. And so we're not riding so much on the collective wave. It's more of an individual mirror of what we're going through. That's what we're seeing. We're seeing ourselves and everything we're experiencing and holding on to internally reflected externally. So that is going to be my short video. I don't want to make this too long, but if you're feeling all those feelings, you got to look at what you were doing around the new moon cycle, all right? And remember, these are important times, even without the moon, what a person thinks about, that is what they bring about, all right? So what consumes your mind is going to consume your time, all right? And that goes for emotions, thoughts, and even behaviors. And I was just telling my partner the other day that it's like it's like a habitat. It's something that holds you. Sometimes they're not the best thing because they could be rooted in some sort of trauma seeking comfort. So you just want to pay attention to what you're doing, why you're doing it, and things like that, why you're thinking what you're thinking, why you're feeling what you're feeling. Are they your thoughts? Are they your feelings? Now, I'm not saying go project onto other people, but be aware of what's around you. And this goes for all of us, even me. So, yeah. Anyway, I just wanted to let you know, for me, I had a lot of rage come out. And that is because I had a lot of internal rage. And, I'm dealing with it, working through it. Some of it is genetic from my bloodline. Some of it is from my own experiences. And so, yeah, it's just something we all do. We all have to be present and going through the shadow work so that we, don't lose accountability for not only our individual actions, but our individual contribution to the collective energy reality, right? Some of us, you got to hold the vibration you want to see, be the change you want to see in the world. Why these are so cliches? Because it's actually true. You can't change the world, but you can change yourself. You can change the way you see the world. You can change how you believe and feel, and that will affect your external reality and the people around you that you're connected to. So that is a beautiful thing. It is a great blessing and gift. We get to be alive on earth, although it's not easy. It never was easy, never was supposed to be easy. It has gotten easier, right? Go back to the days where we were really trying to survive. Our ancestors went through so much to bring us here. Be grateful for being here because it's beautiful. So that's the way I choose to believe and see it, and that's the reality I want to live and bring into my life. So I hope you guys are all doing well. Enjoy this next new cycle, right? The moon is waning now, so it's getting rid of things. What needs to go? What do we not want to bring into the next cycle? Go deep within to self. Okay, these feelings, these thoughts, these actions, let it go, right? Doing different things, which I'll post different rituals you can do to let go of things. That's my go-to. I have some fire. I work with fire because I feel like fire is one of the most powerful, not the most powerful, one of the most powerful purifying energy, right? Because fire consumes everything. It cleans it. It sterilizes. It's an amazing energy and element to work with. So there's also water, obviously air and earth, and all of them together, but you can focus on one depending on your ability to focus and your attention level and your knowledge, I suppose. So anyway, I'm going to end it here. somehow I can't ever do a video under 10 minutes, but I'm getting better. I'm going to try. I hope you guys are all doing wonderful. Again, if you have yet to subscribe to the channel, go ahead, hit subscribe. I'm sure there's going to be fun things for you to see, and I will see you guys all next time.